We're in 1 Chronicles 16. And they brought the ark of Elohim and set it in the midst of the tent that David had pitched for it. And they brought ascending offerings and peace offerings before Elohim. And when David had made an end of offering the ascending offerings and the peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of Yahweh, and gave a portion to every one of Yisrael, both man and woman, to every one a loaf of bread, a measure, and a cake of raisins. And he appointed some of the Levites to serve before the ark of Yahweh, to bring remembrance and to thank and to praise Yahweh Elohim of Yisrael. Asaph, the chief, and his second Zechariah, Yael, and Shemiramoth, and Yehiel, and Mattithiah, and Eliab, and Beniyahu, and Obed-Edom, and Eliel, with harps and lyres, but Asaph was sounding with cymbals. And Beniyahu and Ahaziel the priest continually blew the trumpets before the ark of the covenant of Elohim. And on that day David first gave thanks to Yahweh by the hand of Asaph and his brothers. Give thanks to Yahweh, call upon his name, make known his deeds among the peoples. Sing to him, sing praise to him, speak of all his wonders, boast in his set-apart name. Let the hearts of those seeking Yahweh rejoice. Seek Yahweh and his strength. Seek his face continually. Remember his wonders which he has done, his signs and the right rulings of his mouth. O seed of Yisrael, his servant, O children of Jacob, his chosen ones. He is Yahweh our Elohim. His right rulings are in all the earth. Remember his covenant forever, the word he commanded for 1,000 generations, which he made with Abraham, and his oath to Yitzhak, and he established it to Jacob for the law, to Yisrael as an everlasting covenant, saying, to you I give the land of Canaan, the portion of your inheritance, when you were but few in number, few indeed, and sojourners in it. And they went up and down from one nation to another, and from one reign to another people. He allowed no one to oppress them, and he reproved the sovereigns for their sakes, saying, do not touch my anointed ones, and do my prophets no evil. Sing to Yahweh all the earth. Proclaim his deliverance from day to day. Declare his esteem among the nations, his wonders among all peoples. For great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and he is to be feared above all mighty ones. For all the mighty ones of the peoples are matters of naught. But Yahweh made the heavens. Excellency and splendor are before him. Strength and gladness are in his place. Ascribe to Yahweh, O clans of the peoples. Ascribe to Yahweh esteem and strength. Ascribe to Yahweh the esteem of his name. Bring an offering and come before him. Bow yourself to Yahweh in the splendor of set-apartness. Tremble before him, all the earth. The world also is firmly established, immovable. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. And let them say among the nations, Yahweh shall reign. Let the sea roar, and all that fills it. Let the field rejoice, and all that is in it. Let the trees of the forest then sing before Yahweh, for he shall come to judge the earth. Give thanks to Yahweh, for he is good, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And say, save us, O Elohim of our deliverance, and gather us together, and deliver us from the nations, to give thanks to your set-apart name, and boast in your praise. Blessed be Yahweh Elohim of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And all the people said amen, and praised Yahweh. So he left Asaph and his brothers there before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, to perform regular service before the ark as each day required. Also Obed-Edom with his 68 brothers, including Obed-Edom son of Yeduthun and Hosa, to be gatekeepers, and Sadok the priest and his brothers the priests before the dwelling place of Yahweh, at the high place that was at Gibeon, to offer ascending offerings to Yahweh on the slaughter place of ascending offering regularly, morning and evening, and to do according to all that is written in the Torah of Yahweh, which he commanded Yisrael. And with them Heman and Yeduthun, and the rest of those who were chosen, who were designated by name, to give thanks to Yahweh, because his loving commitment is everlasting. And with them Heman and Yeduthun, to sound aloud with trumpets and cymbals and instruments for the songs of Elohim, and the sons of Yeduthun for the gate. And all the people went, each one to his house, and David returned to bless his house. Chapter 17. And it came to be, when David was dwelling in his house, that David said to Nathan the prophet, "See, I am dwelling in a house of cedar, but the ark of the covenant of Yahweh is under curtains." And Nathan said to David, "Do all that is in your heart, for Elohim is with you." And it came to be that night that the word of Elohim came to Nathan, saying, "Go, and you shall say to my servant David, Thus said Yahweh, you do not build me a house to dwell in. For I have not dwelt in a house since the time that I brought up Israel, even to this day, but have gone from tent to tent, and from one dwelling place to another. Wherever I have moved about with all Yisrael, have I ever spoken a word to any of the rulers of Yisrael whom I commanded to shepherd my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? And now say this to my servant David, Thus said Yahweh of hosts, I took you from the sheepfold, from following the sheep to be ruler over my people Yisrael. And I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have cut off all your enemies from before you, and have made you a name like the name of the great men who are on the earth. And I shall prepare a place for my people Yisrael, and plant them, and they shall dwell in a place of their own, and move no more, nor shall the sons of wickedness oppress them any more, as at the first, since the time that I commanded rulers to be over my people Yisrael. And I have humbled all your enemies. And I declare to you that Yahweh does build you a house. And it shall be, when your days are filled to go be with your fathers, that I shall raise up your seed after you, who is of your sons, and I shall establish his reign. He does build me a house, and I shall establish his throne forever. I am to be his father, and he is to be my son, and my loving commitment I do not turn away from him, as I took it from him who was before you. And I established him in my house and in my reign forever, and let this throne be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And sovereign David came in and sat before Yahweh, and said, Who am I, O Yahweh, Elohim? And what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And this was a small matter in your eyes, O Elohim, but you have spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come, and have looked upon me as though I were an exalted man, O Yahweh Elohim. What more could David add to you for the esteem of your servant? For you know your servant. O Yahweh, for your servant's sake, and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness in making known all these great matters. O Yahweh, there is none like you, nor is there any Elohim besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And who is like your people, Yisrael, the one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to redeem for himself as a people, to make for yourself a great and awesome name, by driving out nations from before your people, whom you redeemed from Mitzrayim. For you appointed your people Yisrael to be your own people forever, and you, Yahweh, have become their Elohim. And now, O Yahweh, the word which you have spoken concerning your servant, and concerning his house, let it stand fast forever, and do as you have said. So let it stand fast, and your name be great forever, saying, Yahweh of hosts, Elohim of Yisrael is Elohim to Israel. And let the house of your servant David be established before you. For you, O my Elohim, have revealed to your servant to build a house for him. Therefore your servant has found courage to pray before you. And now, Yahweh, you are Elohim, and have promised this goodness to your servant. And now you have been pleased to bless the house of your servant to be before you forever. For you have blessed it, O Yahweh, and it is blessed forever. Chapter 18. And after this it came to be that David struck the Philistines and humbled them, and took Gath and its towns from the hand of the Philistines. And he struck the Moabites, and the Moabites became David's servants and brought presents. And David struck Hadazer, sovereign of Sobah, as far as Hamath, as he went to establish his power by the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots and 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 foot soldiers. And David also hamstrung all the chariot horses, but left of them for 100 chariots. And when Amram of Darmesek came to help Hadadezer, sovereign of Sobah, David struck 22,000 of Aram. And David stationed men in Aram off Darmesek, and The Arameans became David's servants and brought presents, and Yahweh saved David wherever he went. And David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Hadadezer, and brought them to Jerusalem, and from Tibhath, and from Kun, cities of Hadadezer. David brought a large amount of bronze, with which Shlomo made the bronze sea, and the columns and the vessels of bronze. And when Tou, sovereign of Hamath, heard that David had stricken all the army of Hadadezer, sovereign of Soba, he sent Hadaram his son to sovereign David to ask peace of him and bless him, because he had fought against Hadadezer and struck him, because Hadadezer had been fighting against Tou with all kinds of objects of gold and silver and bronze. Sovereign David also set these apart to Yahweh, along with the silver and gold that he had brought from all these nations, from Edom and from Moab, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, and from Amalek. And Abishai, son of Zeruiah, struck 18,000 Edomites in the valley of Salt, and he put watchposts in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants, and Yahweh saved David wherever he went. So David reigned over all Israel, and he was doing right ruling and righteousness to all his people. And Joab, son of Zeruiah, was over the army, and Jehoshaphat, son of Ahilud, was recorder, and Sadok, son of Ahitub, and Abimelech, son of Abiathar, were the priests, and Shavasha was the scribe, and Beniyahu, son of Jehoiada, was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites, and the sons of David were chiefs at the sovereign side. Chapter 19. And after this it came to be that Nahash, the sovereign of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his place. And David said, let me show loving commitment to Hanun, son of Nahash, because his father showed loving commitment to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. And the servants of David came to Hanun in the land of the children of Ammon to comfort him. And the chiefs of the children of Ammon said to Hanun, is David esteeming your father in your eyes, because he has sent comforters to you? Have his servants not come to you to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? So Hanun took David's servants and shaved them, and cut off their garments in the middle at their buttocks, and sent them away. And when some went and informed David about the men he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed, and the sovereign said, remain at Jericho until your beards have grown, then return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had made themselves a stench to David, Hanun and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire chariots and horsemen from Aram Naharaim, and from Aram Maacah, and from Soba. So they hired for themselves 32,000 chariots with the sovereign of Maacah and his people, who came and encamped before Medeba. And the children of Ammon had gathered from their cities and came to battle. And when David heard, he sent Joab and the entire army of the mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put themselves in battle array before the gate of the city. And the sovereigns who had come were by themselves in the field. And when Joab saw that the battle had been set against him before and behind, he chose some of the choice ones of Israel and put them in battle array to meet Aram. And the rest of the people he put under the command of Abishai his brother. And they set themselves in battle array to meet the children of Ammon. And he said, if Aram is too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the children of Ammon are too strong for you, then I shall help you. Be strong, and let us show strength for our people and for the cities of our Elohim. And let Yahweh do what is good in his eyes. And Joab drew near, and the people with him, to battle against Aram. And they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Arameans were fleeing, they also fled before Abishai his brother, and went into the city. And Joab came to Jerusalem. And when Aram saw that they had been smitten before Israel, they sent messengers, and brought the Arameans, who were beyond the river, and Shophak, the commander of Hadadezer's army, went before them. And it was reported to David, and he gathered all Israel, and passed over the Jordan, and came upon them, and set up in battle array against them. And David set up in battle array against Aram, and they fought with him. And Aram fled before Israel. And David killed 7,000 charioteers and 40,000 foot soldiers of the Arameans, and smote Shophak, the commander of the army. And the servants of Hadadezer saw that they were smitten by Israel, and they made peace with David, and became his servants, and the Arameans would not help the children of Ammon anymore. Chapter 20. And it came to be at the turn of the year, at the time sovereigns go out to battle, that Joab led out the power of the army, and destroyed the land of the children of Ammon, and came and besieged Rabbah. But David remained at Jerusalem, and Joab struck Rabbah, and overthrew it. And David took their sovereign's crown from his head, and found it weighed a talent of gold, and there was precious stones in it, and it was set on David's head. And he also brought out the spoil of the city, a very great amount. And he brought out the people who were in it, and put them to work with saws, and with iron picks, and with axes. And thus David did to all the cities of the children of Ammon. Then David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. And afterward it came to be that fighting broke out at Gezer with the Philistines. Then Sibbecai the Hushathite struck Siphiah of the sons of the giant, and they were humbled. And there was fighting again with the Philistines. And Elhanan, son of Yair, excuse me, Yair struck Lahmi, the brother of Goliath the Gittite, the shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And there was fighting again at Gath, where there was a man of great size with 24 fingers and toes, 6 and 6, and he too was born to the giant. And he reproached Israel, and Jonathan, son of Shema, David's brother, struck him. These were born to the giant in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. Shalom.